Hello and welcome. You're on Mornings with Sports today, and this is match day. India taking on England in the first of a five-match T20I series. Well, I'll get you some updates from what Virat Kohli said at the press conference, who are going to be India's first choice openers, and what's R. Ashwin's uh, future in the shorter formats. We'll bring you all of that, but before that, here's why. Here's a look at why you should download the Hours at app.
क्या आप भी किसी अपने सपने मेरे तुम्हारे टीम 11 पे टीम बना रहे हो और बच्चों के साथ खेल रहे हो? हमारे साथ खेलोगे? हाउस पे खेलो लेजेंड्स के साथ, हमें हराओ और जीतो डबल कैश. Log on to houseat.com and win real cash.
Well, after the Test series, it's time for the T20Is. It's going to be a riveting series because remember, England are ranked number 1 in the T20Is and India ranked number 2. Both these teams haven't lost a series in T20s for a while now. India since Feb 2019, England since August 2018. Incidentally, the last time England lost a T20I series was against India. So then, there's been a lot of talk around a couple of the Indian slots, with Shikhar Dhawan coming back into the Indian team. But Virat Kohli, in a press conference on Thursday, very categorically said that India are going to play with Rohit Sharma, the obvious choice, and KL Rahul, also an obvious choice when you look at his performances in the shortest format the last couple of years. Shikhar Dhawan then, according to Kohli, becomes India's third opener if either of Rohit or KL Rahul is rested. So that's that. That settles a debate. That settles a hot topic of conversation around India's T20I side. Also, Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul both played very, very important roles the last time these two teams met in a T20I series. Remember, KL Rahul started off with 100. India winning the first T20I against England in 2018 before Rohit Sharma scored a blistering century himself as India sealed that series 2-1. So it's going to be a pretty competitive series from the looks of it, from the form of both the teams in T20 cricket over the last 2 years. India have been brilliant in the shortest format and they have changed their approach. It is very refreshing, as both our experts, Boria Majumdar and Deep Dasgupta, said on the pre-match show with me on Thursday evening. In fact, Virat Kohli has himself said that his batsmen would bat a lot more freely and their approach will be completely aggressive when they take on England in this T20I series. There was also talk around R. Ashwin, who has been brilliant the last couple of series, especially against England, taking over 30 wickets, scoring a superb century in the second Test match in Chennai. What is his future like in the shorter formats? But Virat Kohli had a clear answer there as well, saying that Washington Sundar, who has done really well for India in T20s, happens to be the first choice because you cannot have two players of similar talent, similar traits in the team. So Washington Sundar obviously is a very good batsman. He has been able to bowl very, very tough up front with the new ball inside the power play. And now, so these are two of the major takeaways. Of course, there were some other facets too. Call it mind games if you like. Virat Kohli said England are the team to beat with the T20 World Cup coming up. Obviously, the series is a lot about that build-up too, isn't it? There's a lot of stake. Make no mistake about it. There's a lot of stake in this series because both teams would want to get their combinations right. Both teams would want to see a settled unit before the T20 World Cup with the likes of Jasprit Bumrah and Ravindra Jadeja not playing for India in this series. They have the opportunity to look at some other players as well. And the other player of interest will be Surya Kumar Yadav, who has made his way into the national team after some sterling performances in the domestic circuit and for Mumbai Indians in the Indian Premier League. Will he get to start ahead of Shreyas Iyer, or will Shreyas Iyer start ahead of Surya Kumar Yadav at number 4? That is going to be something of interest as well, because remember, over the last 3 years, India have really struggled to plug the holes at numbers 4 and 5 in the shorter formats. So whether Surya Kumar Yadav seals his place in the team makes the most of this opportunity. That will remain to be seen, and we'll have to see how many games Surya Kumar gets. Also, Ishan Kishan, who is the other wicketkeeper batsman in this team alongside Rishabh Pant. Pant, of course, has had a brilliant time as well. He's the highest run scorer for India in Test cricket this season, and he scored those runs only the only way we come to see of him, right? Very aggressive, and he has all those shots in his book, which is always just great to see. But the major takeaway, like I said, India's openers, first choice openers, Rohit and KL Rahul, Shikhar Dhawan as a third option, and Virat Kohli's take on Washington Sundar and R. Ashwin. So that's that. We'll, of course, bring you a lot more from the game. And before the game, Boria Mojumdar will join you with his news, analysis, opinions at 5 at 5. There'll be plenty of stats through the day. There'll be analysis, there'll be breaking news. And, of course, we will join you late in the evening to review the first T20I and see what the two teams do at Motera on what Deep Dasgupta said was going to be a pretty good pitch to play T20 cricket on. He said this is going to be played on a black soil surface, so we'll see what comes of it. It's going to be a fascinating series. We'll be with you around the series with lots and lots of news, breaking news, analysis and stats. So do not forget to subscribe to Sports Today, and do not forget to download the How's That app, challenge your experts and beat them.